He is such an extraordinary singer. I think he is one of the most interesting and unique performers in the Kazakhstan pop industry. I still have his previous albums in my collection. I like listening to songs included in them. For example, White Clouds. It's a masterpiece and an all-time hit. I like his appearance. There are very few such attractive artists out there. He is the best. I'm a big fan of his. Undoubtedly, he is one of the most prominent representatives of the Kazakhstan show business. He is referred to as the most lyrical musician, and his songs reach top positions in the local charts repeatedly. According to a good number of women, he remains to be one of the most handsome, elegant, and at the same time mysterious singer for many years in the Kazakh pop scene. Today, our shooting crew had a chance to visit popular Kazakhstan singer Parviz Nazarov. Parviz is a member of a famous family of Nazarov in Tajikistan. This is one of the dynasties where each of its members is somehow related to art. Parviz's mother has a degree in art criticism. She also plays the piano brilliantly. His father is a theater director. His uncle used to be the chairman of the Union of Cinematographers of Tajikistan, while his grandfather, a former actor and film director, was the head of the Ministry of Culture during Soviet times.
Главный человек, который меня воспитал, конечно, мой дядя Далер. Вот ему огромное спасибо, он потратил на меня очень много времени.
My uncle Daler was the main person to bring me up, and I'm very grateful to him for that. He invested so much time in me, and thanks to him I linked my destiny to music, although I'm a painter. I studied in Moscow and Leningrad art schools. Then I worked as an in-betweener. Later on, I got really fed up with that. I stopped doing it and started pursuing music. Parviz was the lead singer in the Parveen band in Tajikistan. They played contemporary music and incorporated national folklore into it. The band wasn't well known in its homeland. However, each of its members did his best to win hearts of the audience. At the early 90s, the ensemble was noticed by organizers of an international festival entitled The Voice of Asia, who invited them to take part in the regular competition, and this was a big accomplishment for young musicians.
Вот это место. Мы когда туда приехали, вот это вот.
First of all, we were impressed by the venue. When we arrived there, we saw this huge stadium, equipment, lighting, people wearing headsets and fussing around setting microphones. This was an absolutely different level. We had never seen anything like that before, and when we performed at the Mideo complex, I saw in our band members' eyes that they were happy and surprised, and I felt the same. I felt that something touched my heart at that festival.
Какое-то счастье, да, и удивление. Вот этот фестиваль, честно говоря, вот на нем раз и навсегда вот самое то, что подействовало на мое сердце, на мою всколыхнуло мою душу.
At the beginning of the 90s, Parviz probably did not think that his life would take a 360 turn. A civil war started in Tajikistan and he had to do something. Some members of the Nazarov family found shelter in Kazakhstan. They stayed there and it turned into their second homeland.
Как-то я никогда себя не ощущал, что я приехал откуда-то. Сразу мы все артисты стали.
I never felt like I was a foreigner. We hit it off with all the popular artists straight away at that time. We made friends, toured Kazakhstan together and hang out together. I fit into this life very quickly, and I am happy that now I feel a strong connection to the Kazakh culture and its traditions.
Я рад, что вот к настоящему моменту я где-то даже очень близко воспринимаю и понимаю культуру Казахстана, традиции.
Еду на юг, там ждет которая любит. любит меня, мчит мой вагон. Еду я к той, что все время звала.
The public in Kazakhstan discovered a new side of Parviz Nazarov. As soon as the video to the Heading to South song hit many television channels, this young Tajik singer immediately became a superstar. People fell in love with this performer at a blink of an eye and recognized him as a home musician. Today, Parviz humorously recalls how and why he decided to go solo and started singing songs which did not quite fit him at that moment.
Я работал в дуэте с Ситорой. У нас также была танцевальная музыка, мы продолжали вот эту вот традицию свою, как бы нам нравилось это. Настал момент.
I worked in a duo with my sister Sitora. We played dance music as well and stayed true to our traditions as we liked it. And at some point people started inviting me to perform while Sitora's life was all about her pregnancy and raising her child. And I had known nothing for sure for a long time. And then I started doing some really cool things. And the first song that I wrote was Heading to South. It was 1996 and I grew hair especially for this. As soon as I shot the video, I went to the barber's that night and had my hair cut very short. I felt really good at that moment. So that was how I switched to other direction in my career.
Я сразу в этот же день ночью пошел в парикмахерскую, сразу постригся коротко. И такой кайф у меня был в этот момент. И вот я перешел потихоньку в другое направление, в другое русло.
After his Heading to South song's success, people wondered if he was able to come up with something like that once again. And it turned out that he did even better. Parviz was asked that question very often.
В 1997 году один мой знакомый, он говорит, вот слушай, у тебя вот сейчас у тебя получаются хорошие песни. Вот эта песня классная, вот мне нравится. А то, что ты раньше делал, это танцевальное, туц, это вообще все. И ему так понравилось «Еду на юг».
In 1997, one of my friends told me that I wrote good songs at that time and dance music, which I created earlier, wasn't right, and he told me that this song was the best one of mine. And I said that it wasn't that special and I could write something better. He was sure I wouldn't, and we made a bet. I wrote a song called White Clouds, and it got very popular. Wherever I went, performed, or just passed by places, I could hear this song, even in some remote villages.
Там она где-то в кассетах, где-то, не знаю, играет эта песня, я всегда удивлялся.
Today, the entire generation of listeners is linked to Parviz Nazarov. He has many fans and admirers. He's one of those musicians who can afford themselves to relax and take a break for several years. Previously, he worked to gain authority and popularity, and now they work for him instead. The press often publishes information about him. The public wants to know more about its idol, as to what he's up to, about his family, and so on. Once Parviz gained some weight, everybody started hitting discussions about his appearance straight away.
Как колобок выкатился на сцену. Мне было тяжеловато, честно говоря, я очень сильно налегал на пиво. Мог, 10-12 вот таких кружечек угарных.
Many people wrote that Parviz Nazarov gained a lot of weight, and it was a hard time for me as well. I drank too much beer and cold drinks, 10 or 12 pints of beer over one night alone. It lasted for 2 or 3 years. It was difficult for me to even lace my shoes. I was short-winded, and I couldn't go up to the 4th floor. I weighed 110 or 115 kilograms. I started working out, looking for the ways of eating healthy food and losing weight. I went on a diet and started working out at the gym. And in 3 years I lost weight and gained some muscles.
И вот через 2,5-3 года я потерял в весе и набрал хорошую мышечную массу. И чтобы это как бы запечатлеть, я снял клип, который назывался «Ангел».
За пеленой дождя снова я буду ждать тебя.
Я дальше продолжал, занимался, и меня встречали.
And I shot a video to the song Angel to depict the result. And I continued working out. People in the streets, even old ladies and people over 60, told me that they saw my video and wondered if that was computer graphics, and I said it was. So people couldn't believe it was possible.
Для меня ты во вселенной, яркий свет звезды нетленной. Будь моею,
According to Parviz, his wife Aliya played a huge role in his professional growth. He met her in Almaty and got married.
Мой путь в Казахстане вообще начался с того, что
My path in Kazakhstan started when I met her. We took some steps together and then speeded it up. This woman is always by my side. She is my wife, my children's mother and my producer. She has a musical talent.
ты, эта женщина всегда рядом со мной, она моя жена, она мать моих детей, она мой продюсер, она человек, который всегда рядом. Она очень музыкальна, она очень прекрасно поет, даже лучше меня поет. Мы никогда не
She
действуем
sings
так, что
beautifully,
она
even better than me.
действует.
We always have a common strategy and work together. We are just like two sides of one medal.
Делается вместе. То есть мы вот как одна медаль, она одна сторона, я другая.
The Nazarov family has a warm and peaceful atmosphere in their house in Almaty. Parviz showed some of his favorite places in his home.
Сейчас мы идем на 3-й этаж в мою студию. Точнее, мы уже входим в нее. Мне здесь очень нравится.
We are now going to the 3rd floor, into my studio. We're almost there. I like being here despite the fact that it's quite messy. I always clean this place, but it remains messy anyways. Here I have some cables which I need and some which I don't need. This is called takia. It is the national Pamir headwear. And I wore this one when I was 3 years old during the making of a film called Gayura Family Affairs. So I still have it. This is a national Pamir instrument which is called rabab.
Который назывался «Семейные дела Гаюровых». Вот до сих пор она сохранилась. Здесь памирский национальный инструмент, он называется рубаб. У него такой... Сейчас, секундочку. У него такой очень...
It has a wild sound, but in a good sense. Playing it requires great skills, and I'm not good at it yet. However, I sometimes use its sound in my songs.
То есть играть на нем очень большое мастерство. Я этого делать пока так хорошо не умею, хотя в некоторых своих вещах, в своих песнях я использую его звуки. Вот, ну здесь что? Здесь вот интересно, здесь вот записи, хроника. Здесь вот есть фильмы такие интересные, которые я так вот делаю для себя, для семьи, для друзей. Это вот мы.
Here we have some recordings, chronicles of family events, and the places we have been to. There are films which I make for myself, my friends and family.
Вот, режиссер Вильнюс Паркер. То есть Вильнюс Паркер это мой псевдоним. Так что это вам по секрету. Это мой папа.
This film is called A Tree, a Pool and a Stone Tile, directed by Vilnius Parker. To tell you the secret, it's my pseudonym.
Здесь у меня аудиостудия. Здесь я пишу
This is my
голос,
father.
гитары,
This is the
всевозможные,
Parveen band which I came here with.
которые
They are
нужны.
good people and my friends.
Здесь
Here I have a recording
занимаюсь
studio.
сведением
I record
материала.
vocals, guitar sounds and various instruments. Here I work on the assembling the materials, so I do everything related to music here.
Занимаюсь с недавнего времени. Я
I have recently developed an interest in making music videos and short films for myself and my friends. I made the last 4 videos myself. It all happened here. And viewers saw one of them. The video is called Golden Clouds. I haven't shown the rest of it yet. However, I think television viewers will see them
Один
one
из них
day.
уже телезрители видели, это видео называлось «Золотые облака». Остальные, к сожалению или к счастью, пока я еще не показал. Но думаю, наши телезрители смогут их увидеть.
золотые облака прошлого тают, бесконечные моря времени маня.
Parviz rarely takes over the kitchen. However, he thinks that shashlik should be made exclusively by men, and therefore he makes it only himself.
Шашлык я делаю очень редко, но по древнепамирскому рецепту.
I make shashlik in accordance with ancient Pamir recipe.
Памира.
You probably know where Pamir is. The recipe was passed on from generation to generation, from grandfather to son, and from son to grandson. and that's how it reached me. So that's the way it is.
До меня. Очень немаловажный момент — маринад.
The sauce is very important, and probably it is the most important thing, because if meat is not pickled correctly, it won't taste good, no matter how you cook it.
Как бы ты его впоследствии не готовил, оно будет невкусным. Поэтому у нас здесь такой специальный маринад. Состоит он, значит, из...
It contains black pepper, red pepper, mayonnaise, tomatoes, greens, mineral water, and a little bit of bread and much spice. Everything is poured with mineral water and left for 5 or 6 hours, or 3 or 4 hours. And then we have this marinade, and it looks beautiful even now. Just look at it. Isn't it great? This is a true Pamir sauce.
И вот все это заливается минеральной водой, ставится на часов 5-6, даже можно часа 3-4. У нас вот сегодня очень хороший.
Today we have good amber and saxaul. 15 minutes have passed and the meat got this golden crust, which looks really tasty.
Мяско наше покрылось такой вот золотистой корочкой, очень аппетитной. Посмотрите, какая красота!
Look how wonderful it is. A person who came up with this dish is a genius. They're probably someone who invented it, and we still enjoy his genius invention.
Кто первый это придумал и сделал, и вот мы до сих пор наслаждаемся этим гениальным изобретением.
Вот так, дорогие друзья.
Shashlik is ready. Let's go and try it.
Пойдем попробуем.
Я люблю потягать железки, там, вот, помучить себя. Я люблю фотографировать, потом загонять изображение, что-то с ним.
I like lifting weights and tire myself out. I like taking photographs and then process the image and create collage.
Занимаюсь дизайном.
I design various albums. It is also my hobby. I like watching films and laying and watching one film after another, just laying and not doing anything at all.
Такое любимое хобби. Я люблю лежать и вот фильм за фильмом включать, смотреть, лежать, ничего не делать.
بیا بیا جانانم مستانم و مستانم در عشق تو شینجا افسانم و افسانم افسانم و افسانم.
Альбом двойной сейчас у меня очень
I have
много.
several directions at a time in the music terms. I want to record a double album. I have already collected a lot of material. On the whole, I am planning to dedicate the upcoming year to shooting the video. I want to shoot more and a great variety of things. They shouldn't necessarily be music videos. Maybe some humorous shows, or maybe it will be some silly thing for people with a detached view in it. I will just play it for my friends and family. We will watch them together and laugh. So I want to shoot more. The most important thing is to have endless ideas and inspiration.
Самая главная идея, да, идеи, чтобы не кончались и было вдохновение.
Зацветет